Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be their feelings for you. Have they changed? You have got three choices. What I've got is I've got a picture on each pile to remind you when the pile's up so you can see it. And I've also got a few cards here to give you a flavour of whether that pile may be for you in the first place. The first pile is Rosy Maple Moth. I made them up. And I don't know what we've got here. Let's have a look. You have got the Tower card, Lilith card, and Sister of Spray Cans. So to put these three cards together, I would guess that your person is somebody who's quite intense. With the Tower card there and the Lilith card there, makes me think there may be some separation to do with what I would guess is a feeling of not wanting to give your power away either of you. Maybe you've disappeared or turned your back on the situation. Maybe you feel as if you've been ostracized in some way, or they feel as if they have to maintain their own ground in some way. The Sister of Spray Cans may indicate some sort of communication that has stopped, or the communication between the pair of you before this situation started was good. Something to do with communication and thoughts are a big deal in this one. So that's what I've got for Rosy Maple Moth. Put those there. For Danny Deronda, yeah, I know they're silly. We have got Eris, Ace of Earth, and Six of Stencils. So, sorry, 8 of Stencils here. Eris, 8 of Stencils, Ace of Earth. I would think this would be two people who have spent some time together. Maybe you worked together. Maybe there's a process that felt quite solid and you're moving along. To me, it doesn't feel internally as if you've separated, but with the Eris card there, it's like a big bomb waiting to explode. So there'd be some sort of warning in here, or some feeling that something could be exposed, possibly with Eris there. But this feels stable, the 8 of Stencils and the Ace of Earth. So that, to me, as I said, is a feeling of a solid situation between the pair of you that you possibly both want to move forward, but in doing so with the Eris pile there, it could cause some sort of upset, destruction, or some tipping up of the apple cart, I would say. So that's pile number 2. Sweet Baby Olay, which is the little sheep here. I got those done for Easter. You have got 5 of Air, Palace, and the 9 of Spray Cans. Okay, this is a real mental feeling in this. I don't mean like mental in that way, but in a way that there's a lot going on in people's minds here. There's a lot of trying to read the situation with Palace here. The 5 of Air makes me think that it could be slightly uncomfortable between the pair of you, or just internally with one of you. This to me is a feeling of people who fall for somebody else and think about it, and there's a lot of wondering going on. This to me feels different from pile number 1, as in this is waiting for substance to happen so that you can pin your hat to it in some way. So this is somebody who possibly enjoys thinking, but maybe want to switch it off at times and can't with these cans here, with this spray cans here, which is the person on the bed awake at night, and there's a lot of air in this one and a lot of trying to find patterns. So that's what I've got. That's pile number 1, Rosy Maple Moth, yeah, it is. Danny Deronda for number 2, and Sweet Baby Olay for number 3. I'll show you again and then I'll leave you. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So if you want to take your choice, then we'll get stuck into your power, which will be a Celtic cross type power, because that will give me some idea of time and how things have developed. Gonna leave you. See you in a minute.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right, pile number one. This has got a very strong feeling of somebody who's always been attracted to you. This has got a feeling of somebody who's got very, very strong feelings to you. They fight with themselves. They fight with what I guess is trying to maintain a position in the world that looks steady, that looks controlled. They may, I don't know what there is behind this, but this has got a feeling of somebody who's got a persona, whether it's to do with work or family or just who they are, and they are trying by, not by the hen's teeth, what is it? By, I don't know, the back of the teeth to hold on to that. What is it? There's a phrase there, something to do with teeth. This person feels as if they could be quite masculine, you know, whether it's a woman, it's somebody who has a strong presence, somebody who likes to somehow control that presence. So this is what I've got here. And what they're trying to do is, I feel like they've met somebody who's softer, quieter, more gentle than them. There's a feeling of a pull possibly from something they have inside them something they haven't got inside them towards you, as in you displaying some qualities. And it's like intrigue. It's like, I want to be part of that type of aura. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I don't know as yet, but that is a really strong feeling. Let me shut up. Let me get going. Father of Pentacles, Daughter of Pentacles. To me, this is two people in a steady situation who are exchanging some sort of time together. Something that on the face of it is very everyday, controlled, normal. It wouldn't surprise me starting off with these, whether you work together, you exchange some sort of service together, whether this person comes into your life in a very measured way and you basically ricochet back to them that same sort of normality. You've got the Eight of Wands and the Emperor card behind here. So we've got their feelings at the beginning. The Eight of Wands is something that's fast, immediate, normally something that's very sexy. It makes me think of Eros. It makes me think of quick feelings that are very fertile isn't the word, but if you know what I mean. It's something that is groin-led, that that feels immediate. It's like an immediate ping. I know that person. I feel something physical for them. The Emperor card here is a combination of that ping and that control with the Capricorn and the Aries card. So this person has seen you and known you are the one straight away. So it's an immediate. So in the past, their feelings for you have been very straight, very direct in their head. Then you've got the Strength card here. So there's a feeling here this person's tried to control it. They've tried to look as if they are a lady or a gentleman, or well maintained in some way. The Father of Pentacles isn't easily flustered. The Emperor isn't easily flustered. The Strength card there isn't easily flustered. But you've got the Daughter of Cups here, with this harshness, which feels like harshness. It feels like very direct, very straightforward. This, to me, has got a forces feel to it. And I know I say that often. It's because I know a lot of Aries moon people, and when I'm with them, they feel like people in the forces to me. That's just a feeling I get, not just the forces, but there's a feeling of somebody like, I often get this, and I used to teach PE, I often get this when I'm with male PE teachers. It's just a strong feeling of directness and power and no frills around the edges is what I'm thinking here. I feel this is your person, and the Strength card here is somebody with the Daughter of Cups who's trying to put on a softer voice, trying to be more like you, trying to not identify with you, because that identifying is very straightforward here, but they're trying to deliver their personality in a way that's acceptable to you is what I've got here. Straightforward feelings, trying to measure it, trying to almost, from what comes from a very... And I've seen this with people, the type of people that I was talking about earlier, when I witnessed them talking to, mainly from men to women, who possibly they might not be able to relate to when I've been watching this. They put on a different voice, and that has got this feeling, somebody who softens a little bit. You're coming across down here as the Four of Swords. So there's a feeling here that you possibly have pulled back from the situation or aren't really showing your feelings or addressing the situation in whatever that means here, still your person is coming across as the Ace of Cups. This is somebody to me who feels like they've had feelings for you for a long time, and in their body, in their mind, they're just straightforward. But you have got the Tower card and the Lilith card here. If this person is the Father of Pentacles and has a position in life or has a persona that they want to maintain, with the Lilith card here, there's a struggle with that, and there may be even a slight threatening feel because you're something outside of them, outside of who they are, and you're soft and you're sweet. You don't have the same aims as them. You have what I guess is a laissez-faire, is that the correct word, type of attitude to life. Very much a shrug your shoulders and, oh, there you go. And they aren't like that. This is, to me, somebody who has to temper their drive to put this is somebody who's very forceful, is what I'm thinking here. And whether it comes across in a very sort of dignified, controlled way, which I think it does, it's that there's a lot hidden underneath this, if that's the way they come across. This is somebody who's got very straightforward animalistic drive, that puts a suit on or arrives at work in a way that is packaged in a way that they can move without showing the growling or the teeth or the fangs, in a nice way. And I honestly mean that, because I think a bit of drive is good. But I feel that with you, they want to show their softer side, to hide those vampire fangs. The Two of Swords here and the Eight of Wands together has got a feeling of perhaps this situation with the Lilith card here and the spray cans, and this could possibly be communication, has come to some sort of end from your point of view with regards to communicating, with regards to expressing feelings or talking about situations, or you may even be separated and you feel that the passion's died. And you know this person has got a thing for you. There's no way with the Emperor card and the Eight of Wands there, although Capricorn can be reserved and the Strength can be reserved, there's still fire there, and there's a lot of fire here. You would have felt this. This has got that vibrational pull. I said this in a past reading, but I don't know this lady's name. She was like a 90s supermodel, fiery, Aries, Scorpio rising, Leo moon, I think. And she was asked the question now that she was in her 50s or 60s, does she miss people not feeling, or does she miss the attraction that she always used to feel from men? You know, she said, no, it's not there as much as it was, but what she felt it as was a vibration in the air. It was like something you couldn't quite explain. She said, and somebody was asking, do they turn their heads and look at you, or is that what used to happen? She said, no, it wasn't that. It was just something that was felt. It was like electric. You felt that, I think, with this person. You've got at the end the Four of Wands. So considering this person's coming across as, I guess, very strong physical feelings towards you and an immediate recognition, this person still maintains that, but it's I wouldn't say it's petered down, because you've got the Ace of Cups here. It's still strong, it's still there. But with the Tower card and the Lilith card and this controlling card here, and you being different, they're trying to almost deliver it in a package that they don't look as if it's going to overwhelm, or they're delivering it in a package, overwhelm you, or delivering it in a package that feels that it's not going to overwhelm the circumstance that you have in life around you. That feels a little bit awkward for me to say all that, not because of the pile, but because of just me starting reading in the morning. But that is what I have got there. To start, let's ask some more questions. Before we summarise it, let's ask some more questions. They see you as one of those, I don't know these terms, but they come to my head. Is it like silver spoon in the mouth? The Daughter of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you don't see they think that you don't see life through the same eyes that they do. There's a feeling here that you possibly are relaxed with everything and don't have the same drives as them and don't really see why they have such drives. And so there's a feeling in you that's very sort of easygoing and just let it flow and sweet and laughing and innocent and kind and concerned more with talking to people and making sure everybody's okay and having fun rather than what I guess is a feeling of achieving here. So this is very much Lilith feeling where you're coming across as very feminine, whether you're male or female, and this person feels that they've got that masculine bit, that they are possibly, they may have this softness inside them, they may have some water inside them, but they don't identify with it very easily. The Lilith card here. They push it onto you, and then you're turning up as this package, which is unbelievably attractive, and it's like, that's the one. But the Strength card here is something feels uncomfortable. Let me hold it back. You seem to them out of reach in the way that you appear to be, not searching, feeling good in your own skin, being very straightforward as they are, but it's more coming from a point of, it comes out as if you're clever with the Queen of Swords there. Whatever you're saying as coming from a backdrop of ease and coming out of your mouth in a way that you've got some sort of, I'm going to say moral standing, but it's like you just know who you are. And when you talk, it comes across very well. To me, I feel you're quite frightening to this person in a way that would make you laugh because you never would have thought about it. It's just by being at ease and open and straight is a combination. This person feels that they have to push through life, and it has to be strong and it has to be considered and well thought out and direct by you're like, okay, let's just see how it goes. But you've got a plan. It just is a little bit more like meandering than theirs, possibly, with these cards here. And things tend to fall into your lap while they feel that they have to go out and struggle. You're like somebody, I can explain this feeling very quickly here. This is like a personal story, and I'll just say it quickly. Some people like them, some don't. But there's a feeling here of when we were kids, we used to go very young, we used to go to a caravan, and my sister has this feeling about her, these two cards here, and we were all told, we were all really young, by Auntie Liz, nobody's having any more biscuits. So we all just sat there looking at each other thinking, God, I could really do with a biscuit. You know, in those caravan sort of chairs that you have when you sat around the table. And then my sister, who must have been about 5 or 6, just got up just after she'd said this and started eating the biscuit. And we were just absolutely gobsmacked by the fact she had the audacity to do that. But these cards here is like, you can't, she didn't know she was doing it. She was just basically not listening and was like, well, who can tell me off anyway, because everything's okay. I think you come across as the biscuit eater in this pile here. And this person thinks, well, if you want a biscuit, you've got to work really hard for it. There's a correct time, there's a correct place to do that, and you've just wandered in and done something. They thought, oh my Lord, there are different alternative ways to get what you want out of life. I will sum this up. Honest. Okay, this person struggles with trying to control their feelings towards you. It's like this has to be, it feels like a fight inside them. This pile here, which I don't think that you think it is. It's like you're just wondering here. You're probably pulled out of the situation. This person's got intense feelings, always had intense feelings. They see you as being very easygoing. Inside them, it's like some sort of volcanic reaction going on underneath the surface. The communication could be strained between the pair of you. It could have been awkward at the beginning to do with attraction, and now it's a case of it may be slightly awkward as this person may be a little bit more difficult with regards to the way that they choose their words, and it may come across a bit awkward at times. The Lilith card there. And the Four of Swords here, I feel that you've turned away from this connection to try and protect yourself. With regards to how their feelings towards you have changed, the Four of Wands down here and the Five of Wands here, it's like trying to maintain it, but it feels like they're beating themselves up. I had a situation in my head as I was thinking about this. I didn't know whether to say it because there's a fly going across here, because it may sound a bit crude or rude or wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway. I always say this, once I've thought it, it's like in my head. This to me feels like, I was thinking of icebergs and the Titanic and all the work that goes underneath the iceberg, which is very much your person. There's a lot going on underneath this person. They're trying to find out who they are. You are pulled into this situation of them trying to do this, and I feel that you can't not handle it, but that you've retreated a little bit for them to sort themselves out. It felt like the Titanic had been upturned, but the bottom of the boat, which is often not the case, as in it upturns, so the bottom, the bits underneath the water, which is where the people all are, is the largest bit. Everything's going on underneath there, but there's like people trying to get out of the boat, and they're almost like coming out bit by bit, was the feeling I had in my mind looking at this pile. And it's like you may get this does sound awful, bits of information, or it's like fed out in small ways. There's a panic going on underneath. I know that's an awful metaphor, is that the correct word? But that's what was going through my head. So to summarise your pile number one, how have their feelings for you changed? This person's feelings are incredibly strong. They've started off in a way that is controlled but passionate. They're trying to maintain their persona in life. This person has a softer side to them that they feel is not the correct thing to do, to express in day-to-day activities and with other people. You've strutted into their life with your biscuits, and you've come across as that softer side. So that initial attraction, which was probably very internal, has turned into trying to understand it. But what this person's doing is they're struggling with themselves. You've still got the Ace of Cups here. This person's feelings are still emotional, still physical, still strong. But you're getting the Four of Wands down here. And I feel that has made you retreat because it just feels as if it's measured. Again, is the word I keep using. I'll think of another one in a minute maybe. Because of their struggle, because of that Titanic being upside down, and there's like lifeboats being put out all over the place, and it's just this person trying to get in them all the time. I'll be safe if I do this. I'll be safe if I do that. And you're just sat there eating your biscuit with a smile on your face. This person's feelings haven't changed. They are just struggling with them. And I feel that you should, with the Lilith card here, let this person struggle with their feelings. Don't throw yourself into the situation. If you went into this situation too early before this person was ready, I feel that you would get, if this person's older, it would be easier. I feel if this person's young, like in their teens or their 20s, you would get the backlash of them trying to organise who they are. If they're older, they may be more able to look back at past situations, past relationships, to realise why their feelings are strong. And it's because you're turning up as that other half of themselves that they don't express. And if this person has pulled back with regards to communicating, that is part and parcel of it. So, to summarise in a couple of sentences, how have their feelings changed? Intense, but reserved. That's instead of control. In the past, incredibly intense. This person holds a candle for you, and has done, I think, for a long time. Their feelings now are still as strong. I'm trying not to use the word maintained, but burning in a way that has perimeter. It's like, oh, I can't use the word control, but that is it. That's the fire that you've got here and here and here. 8 of Wands, the Emperor card, the Strength card, basically putting that perimeter on, and the Ace of Cups. It's fire that has got, I'm going to say a ring past me, not around it. I don't quite know what it is. I hope you can get the picture there. It's like passion that has got, I'm thinking of salt when you do those like sort of rituals that you do, like, you know, like witchy rituals, but it can't get past this until this person has got past their Lilith, has got past that struggle inside themselves. So I feel you got your hands full here with this relationship. Let me just get one card for advice here for you, because I do feel this one is difficult for you. Oh, you spat out at me. Yeah, use your intuition. Know what the situation is. You've upgraded here from the Daughter of Cups to the King of Cups. Keep your emotions close to you. Know that you've got your own power, and your power is in softness and connecting and kindness and compassion. Their power is striving forward. I'm going to say, I won't say never the twain shall meet, but when will the twain meet? It will, when it meets, it's got to come from them being mature enough to be able to compromise with you, to compromise with the energy that you're coming with and the energy that they've got initially. So I hope that makes sense. What I'm going to do is, I feel like I'm going to keep it running. Yeah. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me. Readings go out if you fancy a reading on Sunday night. Sometimes, most times, I don't have that many to put out on Sunday night because they go to Patreon people first. But if you're interested, their website's huluppu.co.uk. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. Let me just go through this again with you. I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling as I'm putting these cards out. I'm going to go back to the bit that we talked about at the beginning. This has got a feeling of suppression, possibly to do with an outside circumstance, an outside force. This outside force could possibly be feminine. I don't know, with this card down here. This person may... There's a feeling of subtlety in this. There's a feeling of welling passion and control, not in the same way as pile number 1, which had a similar feeling, but this was the feeling of the person in the last reading felt like masculine and direct. This has got a feeling of somebody who may have like, it feels scorpionic. And I'm not saying they are Scorpio, but because there's no cards here that tell me that. It just is a feeling of inner strength and trying to maintain I don't know. To me, this just feels like swelling water, like dark water that is moving, and that is a situation between the pair of you. And it feels almost like a come hither feeling with the Strength card and the Temperance card here. It's like, come and swim in this. You're going to enjoy it. But there's a fear factor with the Eris card here of perhaps something shocking, perhaps again with the Queen of Swords down here. Yeah, I don't know yet. Let me go through the cards. The 3 of Cups behind and the 2 of Pentacles, and we're looking at feelings here. So this to me is possibly, as I said, with the Ace of Earth and the Ace of Stencils at the beginning, this situation has been going on a while. Perhaps you work together, perhaps you've known each other a while, perhaps you're in the same family group, the same social group with the 3 of Cups, perhaps you're just friends that go out drinking, enjoying yourself, or you meet and do stuff. This has got a feeling of somebody that you know that feels light, but not. It's like, yeah, you can talk in group with this person. Yes, you can say hello to them, but there's like a swell going on here where you're both trying to maintain what I guess is a steady gaze amongst a rumbling going on beneath. The Two of Pentacles again as to this feeling of situations that have been shared that are repeated. I feel you know this person quite well, whether you come into contact with them on, on a regular basis. I have to say spaces then. Why have you got cards of what feel... Okay, let me explain this to you so I can explain it to myself. That's the backdrop to it. Swelling thoughts, feelings, emotions, watching strong emotions, watching, waiting, knowing, social group that's possibly or a easygoing situation that is repeated. It's either you work, it's either you work with this person, you see them often, and everybody else thinks everything's fine between the pair of you because you're nodding and you're smiling and you're greeting each other. Then you've got the Hermit card here. You've got the Eight of Swords here and the Queen of Swords here, which is a difficult Queen of Swords, I always think, where the woman's strong. And I don't know whether, because you've got a line here at the beginning for the Strength card here, whether this person's controlled by an outside somebody else, because this is the card for you. But with the Aries card here, this situation, this relationship could have some sort of bombshell in it. Something that's ready to explode, something that could be very much revealed, and it would be difficult for this relationship. Does that make any sense to anybody? Because you've got the Hermit card here, I feel that you've not seen this person for a while, or you're wondering whether the feelings are strong. This to me feels like you've chatted and had fun together and felt this feeling. But with the Hermit card here and the Nine of Wands, to me I feel that you're wondering, does this person, I mean obviously from checking in this question, but does this person feel for me the same way that you picked up here? Whether you're going through a Plutonic type of transit or strong feelings that it's difficult to explain. There's a complete... I always get Aries and Scorpio mixed up. Whether you believe in astrology or not, these are still feelings that perhaps we categorise to be able to understand life in general. Aries, sex, love is very straightforward, incredibly strong, very direct, more likely to say it and more likely for it to be done and over very quickly. Scorpio, exactly the same strength, well, if not strong, let's just say it's the same strength, but it's almost suggested. You feel it, it rumbles, it's not discussed, it's not said, you're both very aware of it, and it can almost take your breath away, and it's not delivered in a very fast way. It's more tantalising, more subtle, but just as strong. So different feelings. This one has got a very Scorpionic feeling because of these two cards together for me. And there's no Scorpio cards in here. I'm just looking at this card here. I'll keep that to myself for the moment. The Hermit card and the Nine of Wands here, it makes me feel that you just haven't had contact with this person. This person may be with somebody else. This person may have a female or a feminine person around them, or just somebody that keeps them under their thumb. Because you've got the Six of Swords here. With regard to their feelings, this person feels like, that was easy, we both felt it, but I got to get over it because I don't know how to deal with it. I've got to maintain, which is coming across in both power number 1 and power 2. I don't know if that's a correct word, actually. Let me put some more over this one. Sorry, when I do tarot readings, I feel like I should be really sort of swish and just get through it and be really, bedazzly, or in some way I was going to say vajazzly, but I didn't want to. But I can't, because I just can't. I feel the wanting to know, the wanting to understand it is far more important to me than the vajazzly bit. Vajazzly. Oh my God. The Eight of Swords, movement, thoughts, trying to feel safe. This card is emotions that are safe. The Aries card, this feels like it could explode on them. This relationship, for some reason, feels that it could take them outside of what I guess is, maybe they are Cancerian. There feels water in this person. I don't know why. It feels like they're trying to float, move around in a comfort zone, but it's almost impossible to do it, and you're finding that insulting, is what I would say here. Maybe it's strained as well when you're with each other, if you still are. The Hermit card makes me think that you're not, and it's not easy for you. But the Ten of Wands here and the Three of Cups, those two together make me feel that it's very possible that you get those squeaky voices when you're talking to each other, or your eye contact is saying something different from your mouths. Why is this heavy? Because you're not together and this person finds it's difficult. So this person's feelings to me at the moment have changed from what felt like easy, flowing, going, laughing, joking, but still acknowledging a deep, deep connection with you, to feeling pain and hiding or trying to keep out the situation in case it, you're not going to say explodes, aren't you? Didn't you? And at the moment, you haven't seen them. To me, the more I look at this, and with the Five of Pentacles at the end, I feel that you both feel shut out of this situation. How would that be their feeling? Because they are watery. They feel big. This person's softer than I think they appear. This person gives when they could have a Cancerian feeling, where they feel like they are giving. They like giving. It makes them feel good. This person's got a big heart, but they're not going to give unless they feel that they're on safe ground themselves. To me, there's a feeling inside this that when you get this person, it's going to feel like a really good person to have next to you, going through life. This to me feels like somebody who's quite particular with who they share their emotions with, their feelings, and their big things inside themselves. And I think this is like, they're emotional, but they're passionate with it, but it's not expressed to everybody. It's kept for a few particular special type of people, I feel here. So why are you sad? Why are you crying? For all those reasons. 7. You feel like you've been pushed back. You feel like you've not had contact with this person. Yep. Yeah, you feel, I guess here, you feel, there's a feeling of being shut out. I feel that this person has pulled themselves back slightly because of the strength of emotions, because of who they are, because of who they want to be and how they want to love. And I feel that this is difficult. There may be somebody on the sidelines who's saying no, or somebody with the Queen of Swords here who is, how soft are you? If you've got the Queen of Swords, just questions here. If you've got the Queen of Swords cards here and you've got this gentleman who looks like this gentleman here, strong, warm, compassionate, doesn't have to be a man, and you've got this like lioness with their foot on his head. Is your person somebody who doesn't like to be told what to do? Have you ever argued where you've tried to maintain your position too much? And this person could be being stubborn, because that could be an argument here. Or, to be honest, that doesn't feel right to me. This feels like you're on dangerous footing in a relationship where this person has got strong emotions. You felt them, and that you can't move forward with it. Possibly. What is the Heiress here? Oh my God. No, maybe not. You've got the Emperor next to the Heiress card here. You can't see them as well on this in this table as I can when I've got the above one, but I'm away from home. Emperor on the Heiress. would be somebody who possibly feels like they're like Samson having their hair cut. And they're scared of you. They're scared of you because you're very straight. This person, not because you're scary, but I feel this person has strong emotions. They may come across as confident, but I feel that deep down inside themselves, this person loves big. They have to wait until they think that the person that they're talking to is as soft as them. If you've got the Queen of Swords here, you may be incredibly soft inside, but when you're with this person, it may be all laughs and jokes and words that are well chosen and funny, but this person wants to make sure that you've got the heart that they felt at the beginning. And then possibly with the Hermit card and these cards here, I feel that you've been pushed out of a situation, or this person's waiting for softness. I know this is a weird reading, but the Six of Swords is healing, and this is them and the situation surrounding, and this person's waiting for comfort, waiting to exchange their little cup down here, the King of Cups here, with you. Whether you have done something that is funny, jokey, that they've interpreted as quite hard, or I don't know. I can understand this feeling big time, because sometimes if you're nervous with people, your mouth can run away with you. You can say things that you think are really funny and it goes totally silent. And I'm wondering whether your person just can't play that game, because they're invested, because they're looking at you in a different way, they're looking for softness. They may be able to play with everybody else with their words, and they may be able to joke around, but with you it's like they're looking for something else and they're wondering whether you can give it, I think, here. So the Hermit card here and the tears here make me feel that you become slightly defensive because you feel like you've lost something in a situation that started off very sociable, very chatty, very easygoing. Once something was felt in this is when this person started changing who they were, and that can often happen when you're attracted to somebody. You've got, let's just say this person has got like a Venus and a moon in water signs, but the rest of them's different, I don't know, fiery or earthy. What they've done is once they've met you, they've changed their personality and possibly brought out more of the water. Their signs don't have to be that, but there's a feeling here that this person interacts with you in a different level to everybody else. It's stronger, it's more emotional, and how have their feelings changed? So I feel this person is in a bit of I can't let myself get hurt in this situation. And this situation, I think, is very everyday, very mundane. I feel that you spend time together and maybe spending more time together in the future. So, okay, let me answer the question. How have their feelings changed? From being incredibly strong, more easygoing, more open. As their feelings have grown stronger, there's more fear crept into this person's feelings towards you, how they react towards you, how they express themselves. They're waiting to see if you are as soft as they feel now. They're waiting to see whether you can meet them on the same level that they have changed to, and the change may be confusing to you because initially here I think this person came across as quite straight, probably as straight as you are with the Queen of Swords next to the King of Cups here. And I feel that they've pulled out to try and understand the situation. So their feelings have changed from fun, enjoyment, oh my gosh, this is the one. Then their personality has changed into more emotional, more retracted, more watery in some way, and more fearful. And so you're feeling shut out, and their feelings have changed from... They've changed more into being more scared of something happening. I feel this person's almost like lost their crown in some way. from the Emperor card over here, and this playfulness here, they feel like they are on shaky ground with you because they feel that you could take something from them that they would make them feel a bit bare. Yeah. And that would possibly be difficult if you see each other in normal situations every day. There's a vulnerability is the word that I'm looking for. Strong feelings that they can express quite easily. There's playfulness in this. Then it turns vulnerable, and I feel that you've both almost moved away from each other to protect that, them protecting it. You're feeling it as if you are left out in the cold and having to fight, and there's a loss here, and you feel as if you're shoved out. This person's personality has changed. Why, Eris? Because they are reacting in a... This is like a cancer pile here, as in cancerium. It feels like a turtle who is all soft on the inside, and what you're getting, which you didn't get at the beginning, you just got the turtle's head. You just got chatting to these two little turtles chatting. Oh yeah, this is great. These cards here, yeah, this is great. And as the conversation's been going on, they've slowly, it's like finger bobs here, they've slowly gone into this. And you're like, where are you? And then you've moved away a bit. And this person here is gone into their shell. And as they've gone into the shell, all they're feeling is the softness inside their shell, which are these cards here. Initially, they were coming across as in control of themselves. That's where the bombshell is. I feel that this person feels, to me, as if they could come out and bite occasionally with the Emperor card here and the Aries card here, because if you poke them, if you've got like a cocktail stick and went up to them, well, let's just say you walked up to them and you were actually a turtle and you said, are you coming out? What are you doing hiding in there? They could come out and bite. It's like, I'm in control here, even though I've turned into a jelly into my shell. So anyway, let's turn that to English. How have this person's feelings changed? They've started off as easygoing, easy flowing, fun. Oh my gosh, I can feel it. I'm hiding in my shell. I know I've hurt you. I can't quite control myself yet. I may poke my head out and speak to you soon, but there's fear involved. It's what I've got here. So I don't know if that feels right. Let me just have a little look to see if there's anything more I can get out of this before I leave you. I feel that you have known this person possibly for a while. I feel there's been a lot of communication between the pair of you, lots of people probably surrounding you, situations that are repeated over and over again, as in like it's a regular event, possibly with other people around you. The Hermit card here makes me think that... To me, it makes me think that possibly your person slowly started pulling back out of a social situation, or you've had a social situation together and then this person hasn't contacted you again. To me, this could be like a bar, or, going out with friends, or just a general people around you with these cards here. I don't know as well with this card here and this card here. This is the Five of Wands here, whether you've said something that's really quippy, or terse or funny, and they're like, oh my god, I need to hold on, I need to keep myself contained. How many times have I seen that on people's face and I'm like, I am really sorry, it came out so fast, and I hate that. I do that too often, and it's not funny and it's childish. This person's fallen for you and doesn't quite know what to do with it because it makes them feel vulnerable. Vulnerable is the last word, to be honest, is vulnerable. Yeah, they want to see whether your feelings are as soft as theirs, or else they feel like that you're not going to get them out of the shell. This person wants you to share in a level that makes them feel comforted, rather than this person doesn't want you to try and make them laugh. You've done that. They were attracted to it. but they want you to be soft and to be kind with them, to pull them slowly out of their shell, unless they feel that their Samson hair is cut off with the Heiress and the Emperor card here. I feel you've got a lot of time to be spent together in this pile. I feel that it will continue very much in the same vein. You may get a chance for this person to come a little bit closer towards you, and if they do, it's to be soft with them. I feel that your person's innards are very sweet. Nice person to have around you. You're probably thinking, just toughen up. This person wants to, but the situation surrounding is the Six of Swords and these cup cards here. They are healing. They want, I'm not saying, actually, that doesn't feel right. I'm going to put that there. But they want a connection where love is expressed, where words are gentle, where you're kind and considerate and sweet. And that would allow them to feel more secure with you. So, 2 sentences before I go. How have their feelings for you changed? Easygoing, easy flowing, and strong, to vulnerable, retracted, and waiting to see what you're going to do next and make sure it's sweet is what I've got here. So pile number 2, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for joining me. I put readings out, if you fancy one, on Sunday nights, but I do give the readings to Patreon first, and if I have any left, I will put them out on Sunday. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Amina. That's a bit high in it. Bye. Bye. Oh, pile number 3. How have this person's feelings changed? What I'm going to do, I don't know. I don't know as yet. There is something going on in this. It is really interesting. One of the first thoughts that came through my mind is, are either of you interested in like herbs or Americans don't say the H, do they? The H. And every time that's on TV or I hear it, I'm like, you forgot it, because it feels so unusual for me, because I don't hear that anywhere else. Although my son's name is Herb. And when French people actually say herb, they don't say the H either. So anyway, are any of you interested in forestry, herbs, the earth, flowers, gardening, that type of thing? Because this is very strong in this feeling. It's a very in this pile, there's a feeling of security and conditioning behind the home. The 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles is like there's a setup in this situation, whether it is marriage, doesn't have to be just because you've got kids and family here, it could be. And the 6 of Pentacles here is you know your place. You both know your place in this. Don't know. Bear with me a moment. The Temperance card, I was saying in one of the piles earlier that it's more and I hope it doesn't sound too clumsy, because oftentimes it can be, but it's more important for me to wheedle my way through a pile of tarot cards than try and look as if I know the answer, or that if I'm really polished. And I know it can sound awkward, and I am awkward, but I'm really looking for the answers. Really am looking for the answers here. The Temperance card, I'm going to try extra hard with you now. The Temperance card here, so everything's okay, everything's swishing along, and then it starts moving, then it starts growing. Everybody's got their place. Don't step out of line. The Fool card to me is a similar feeling to pile number 2, where if you step out of line, you're going to get eaten. Let me show you this card because they're such good cards. There's a man in his boat with the sharks around him. And then I've got your cards over here initially, where there's lots of thoughts going on. This person or you overthink this situation. I'm not one to say this because I love overthinking. It's like 9 of spray cans, the palace, looking for patterns, spending nights awake trying to understand where this sits inside you, what's the reason for it, why the connection. But there's a feeling here, the 10 of Ten of Home, Ten of Pentacles here, and the Five of Air, that there's lots of people around you, and you all, excuse me, know your place. Don't step outside. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink. I put my hand over the microphone so you don't hear. Then you've got the Nine of Pentacles here again. Beautiful people, beautifully maintained. Look swish. You look swish. You look as if everything's all together. The sevens and the sevens is quite heavenly, but maintained. It's like somebody, this is what it feels like. It's like somebody's nurturing a garden, which has got to be your connection. It's like, this is quite nice, I can feel it, let's get these bushes in on this, let's prune this, let's do that. And there's something wiggling into the garden that isn't meant to be there. And I know I can see a snake up here with the Seven of Swords at the end, but let's just say it's, you're trying to do a very English garden. So you've got all these, like, I don't know anything about plants. You've got all these English bushes and plants, and it looks like a little orchard. I have this argument with my sister because I like putting palm trees in. And then you've got something that is totally out of keeping that's growing up in this connection or growing up in this garden. And you're like both standing about thinking, what is that? So this has got a feeling of being shaken up in some way and trying to understand the pattern. You're coming across down here. Both of you are coming across as at ease with yourself, disconnected in some way, and that's the wrong word. It's like, let's see how it goes. Not disconnected is the wrong word, because that means you've stepped back. It's just like, okay, well, let's see where this goes. Princess of Wands for you is a very sweet Princess of Wands. This little girl's there. She's got that look in her eye, the Princess of Wands, though, but she's got flowers again. The Five of Pentacles is shut out. Situation surrounding. This will be a lot to do with how they're feeling. They feel that they can't get into the connection. Why? Sorry, I will scoop my way through this and then I will start trying to pull it together for you. Why can't you get into the Garden of Eden? Oh my God, because it's fraught with passion and bodies and writhing. Oh my lordy, this has got a really sort of, I can't say it because it will give connotations which I don't mean. And I know what this is based on. It's based on me listening to somebody read a story that they'd written. And I said, that sounds like Lolita. And it wasn't meant to be. But it was like, yeah. I'm not going to go on that track because I'm not advocating that's normal. I'm just saying that there's a feeling here of, just wipe that one from your mind. Politeness. People around. Chatting, talking, easy, lovely. Come and have a look at my bush. No, they didn't mean that. There's lots of, there's lots of, Lindsay. There's lots of flowers. There's lots of what I guess is earthy energy in this that's being nurtured. But there's a feeling here of possibly keeping control of what is seen as typically lovely English garden with this something growing through. And that is a feeling of physical attraction, I suppose. I'm going to have to edit that bush bit out. Oh, no, I won't, because I haven't got anything there to say. Get that out at this time. The Ten of Home and the Two of Swords for what's really, 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 really going on underneath this situation. The Ten of Pentacles is a feeling of completeness, family, growth, maintaining finances, comfort, control of earthly possessions, maybe. And the Two of Swords is something being pulled away here. Everybody knows their place. Everything is all in order. And it feels as if it's snapping. And this is where this overthinking is coming from, because there's a feeling of, this to me feels like people who may be older or may have grown up in a family where it's been pushed upon them that this is the right way to be. Not pushed in a negative way. With the Nine of Pentacles here and the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, yes, I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing, and then the spanner gets thrown into the works. And it's just beginning to bubble, and it's just beginning to feel as if everybody in their place could slightly be fed to the sharks. The whole situation could be. And because you've got the Seven of Swords and the Hierophant at the end. The Hierophant is a situation that has got a perimeter around it. That could be a building, it could be a dogma in some way with the Hierophant card there. But the Seven of Swords is the serpent going into all these flowers into the garden. Yeah, I'm not going to say the words that I wish I'd edited out with the serpent there and that card there. So this to me, trying to go away from the silliness that I'm just about not to say, has a feeling of attraction that is becoming incredibly physical, that feels like it's dangerous, and it feels like something that has been very steadily maintained, built upon, and nourished and nurtured and fertilized in some way, is heading towards a rather majestic, slippery end that could feel like somebody in this situation has thrown the baby out of the bathwater with these cards here. Sacrifice something to the sharks. Do I think that's a bad situation? No, it's just a situation. It's just me interpreting the cards. And you're trying to possibly think of the pattern before it's happened. You may be one of those people, maybe Aquarius, who are always trying to jump ahead. It's almost like, you just basically go to bed with a crystal ball by the side of your bed. So you're trying to think what's coming next. You're trying to organise in your head. It feels as if you can smell the tyres burning. You can see the sharks coming. You can feel that pushing the boundaries here with the Hierophant. You can feel the snake coming into the garden. You feel like you're going to get this. And your person can too. And they may have felt as if, I've got to get myself out of this situation. Only because you're at the Five of Pentacles here. Because it's dangerous. What does this mean? I don't know. I'm not even going to put this as a married person on it, because I can feel like there's a accumulation of something here, but I'm not saying it feels like marriage. Everybody knows their place is what I'm saying. We've built this up. This is what this person may have built up. This is what you may have built up. This is what my life is. This is what I have in front of me. This is what I own. This is what I basically have nurtured into being. And the Six of Pentacles here, we've all got our place. Everything is set out. The Nine of Pentacles, everything's fine, but something's missing from this. What is it? The serpent in the bush. This could even have a feeling of your person possibly feels that their sex life isn't up to, especially if they're with somebody already, isn't up to where they feel it should be. And that can often happen with men and women, possibly when they get into their 40s, because they go through large planet transits, when they have what is internally a huge hump up of that sexual energy, which I suppose can be basically your basic drive. It's your creative energy. And it's like a hormonal swan song in some way. And so they start thinking, when are you going to be the only person, if they are married, that I am going to sleep with or kiss, or what will it be like to be with somebody else and smell their hair and feel their skin? And this is the serpent that's coming into their garden, possibly. If they're younger, there's something out of bounds here that they feel that they shouldn't be reaching for, but they still want to go there. Strong sexual feeling here that has, unlike the other piles, that is growing rather than it started off like that. It started off as, oh yeah, this is kind, shake hands, everything lovely, come round for tea, aren't we polite? And now it's turning into, oh my lord, I can feel your leg underneath the table. You are trying to guess what's going to happen next before it's happened. And both of you on the outside, to try and keep yourself away from the sharks are trying to... See, it's funny, I will go back to what I've just said, the Nine of Pentacles here with the Lovers card here, both very garden-like again. The Nine of Pentacles often makes me think of somebody who has got the everything, but there's something missing, who has got the beautiful house, who feels content, but where is the love? Where is the sex? Where is the extra something? Okay, this to me speaks of expectancies coming from your person. I will turn it round to find out exactly how their feelings have changed, but I need to get a story together first to give me some more insight, and whether it may click with some and not others, and maybe bits you need to change for yourself. That's just tarot. I suppose it's trying to identify with things that resonate inside you and realise where you want your story to go, what you're going to do, what feels right and what feels wrong, so you can stick that one to the side and think, that makes sense to me. This is what I'd like to do. It's nice. It's like talking to somebody who, possibly in love situations, people don't have anybody to talk to. So it's playing with thoughts in our heads. The Seven of Pentacles here and the Justice card here is trying to maintain what I feel is a way of life that is seen as acceptable. This has got a feeling of people who all go out at 8 o'clock in the morning, get in their cars, drive off to work and come back, and it feels as if everything's fine, don't question it. But you've got the Seven of Swords here, basically weeding its way into the temple with the Hierophant card here. And you've got this person who feels that there's a fear here with regards to being shoved out of what they deem as their safety net or their temple or their society or their family or their feeling of safety, basically. You know this already. Your cards over here make me think that you're incredibly good at reading situations. What is that noise? Oh, I know, it's the air coming down. So let's answer your question then. So how have their feelings for you changed? It started off as polite, easy for anybody to watch and think, oh, yeah, they got on well, that's nice, how lovely. It's like this has got a handshaky feeling to it, where it's like, yeah, you shake hands, then you look into each other's eyes and you start feeling something else, and you feel that there's a possibility to take this further. That's how they feel. It wouldn't surprise me if you met and did shake hands in this feeling. It feels as if you could have met at a family dinner party or something that was very normal. Then it starts feeling like you have, or both of you have, so this is your person, so it would be them, has a mindset that to live a life, it has to be in the same path that they feel that their parents did, or they feel that the society's calling for, or they feel that is going to allow them to still feel loved as long as they keep it into a certain criteria that everybody else would accept. May go both ways here. So comfort at first, then sensing that it's pulling outside of their comfort zone. What they're trying to do is trying to move this forward within their comfort zone. But I feel that this is not possible, because I feel that the tension's building with regards to what I feel is a sexual pull. How have their feelings changed? It feels as if the sexual pull has overtaken and there's a possibly fear here. Be interested to know their reaction. But this person's feelings are more physical. There's a lot more fantasizing, a lot more sexual feelings, and almost a feeling of possibly guilt with it and fear with it. Why? Because this person just feels to me as if, and I have met a lot of people with this feeling, and this is a compliment. Because I don't know, it's just a lovely feeling. You think I'm going to say Capricorn, but I'm not. It's Cancer, Leo often have this feeling, very sort of, and Leo especially. It's like I can love, I can be, but it needs to be Here with Cancer, it needs to be in a path that I have chosen and that feels secure and respectable. And this is going down a different path, and this person is feeling slightly as if they're losing control or questioning whether they will lose control. Oh my God, you got the Seven of Swords twice. This person is fantasizing about basically, I'm going to say knocking down your walls, but this is yeah, it is literally. It's turning them into something that they thought they weren't. And they want to get it moving. This is like bringing the beast out in somebody. Let me see what's going on behind here. This person may be earthy, and I'm saying like Cancer, Leo, maybe there is some earth in here where they like to have everything sort of measured and organised, move slowly. The Temperance card here, as you say, there's like a gentle sort of swish here that is slowly built and it's turning very physical. So let me answer your question here. Basically, this person's feelings have changed from attraction that they feel that they can hold in, that they feel that they can control, to I think this goes both ways though, and I think this situation is carrying on in a way, let's have polite conversations, let's keep everything just above, just slightly above the surface and everything will be okay. And then there's a lot of fantasizing gone on from the first meeting to where you are now, and this person is having a strong physical pull towards you. Strong sexual feelings towards you, but still feeling guilt with it. This is guilt here. The Seven of Swords here on either side, and that's your end card with the Hierophant card. The Hierophant's like somebody, like your school teacher looking at you, where you sat at the table learning about geography with your hands down your pants. Have you ever done that? Because I haven't. But that has got that feeling. And there's guilt there. So to summarise that, pile number 3, their feelings have changed in a way that, well, they thought they could control it and they can't. And it's turning physical, sexual and intense for them. And it's feeling unnerving to them because they feel that it's just not so and it's just not right. And what would the neighbours think? Great. And I think that you here feel that... you could sense that coming anyway, right from the very beginning. You're one of those people that want to know more, want to know what's next, I think. You can smell that. And you're probably, as I say, both of you going through a cycle where you may have had your sexuality peaked again in some way, or maybe for the first time, maybe you're young and you're thinking, whoop, this is a different feeling, and your person the same. Or if you're like, you are a bit older, it's like, whoop, haven't felt that for a while. Is that type of feeling? Either way, it's a whoop feeling. So that's what I've got there. I'm going to leave that there. I feel like I've talked your ear off again. Pile number 3. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you like the readings, I do put them out on Sunday nights on my website, HULUPPU.co.uk. They do go to Patreon first, and if I have any left, I will put them out. But Patreon do get first cracked. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.